provider? Anthem, thank you. So about 70% of that is them. They won't pay 100% of the increases, but they'll pay some of them. 10%, that's 70 and 10%, is a group of people who just can't really afford to pay their ambulance bills, whether they're $300 or $400, and we try to make some collections with them, but some of those we have to write off. The other 20% are Harvard, Pilgrim, Aetna, and these other insurance plans, and they will pay the new rates. So the advice to us, I mean, I actually did a calculation that the new rates, if they were collected, could generate somewhere in the neighborhood of $440,000 in new revenue over the course of a year. In further conversation with our consultants, they said we'd be better to something a little bit less than half of that, based upon their experience with these rates and working with our municipalities. So one of the good things that we're going to do hopefully tonight is that Ricky and I are going to recommend that we increase our ambulance receivables by another $220,000, and that's why we think we can generate that kind of money. It will have a slightly larger fee for collections, but we'll get to that too. But on the revenue side, that's one of the big pieces of news. She's coming right up, so I don't know how far I want to go into this. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and we can have a conversation about now, is that we have had the same 5.5 cents per pound rate of charge at the transfer station for demolition debris, people who are remodeling or tearing apart buildings.
We charge people to dump.
Right, 5.5 cents a pound. We've had that rate since 1992. We actually take in over 1.5 million pounds of demo a year, and we have to transport it off, and we're subject to higher fees sometimes for gas and things like that. So the transfer station director, Sandy Carey, has recommended to me that we think of increasing it from 5.5 cents to 6.5 cents, a penny a pound. And I would agree with that, and that would generate roughly another $13,000 or $14,000 or $15,000 in revenue a year.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Walter. Well, you know I was in favor of tightening up access to the transfer station, and the council was.
Yep.
Wasn't my doing. You know, the council was very supportive of that, and got the scale. We got new stickers. We got much tighter control of that. And I used to see people up there all the time from Montville, and just what are they doing here? It's like, that's what they were doing. But why can't we have a non-resident access policy? It's like sort of having a gas station for
we can do that.
Only
we absolutely
residents.
Can do that.
Why not? I mean, I think a lot of those people would come, and I don't mind charging them, and they could have a non-resident rate. And I mean, as long as they're not inundating us, But
right. The question is how much volume you get, and can the staff, I mean, the staff is keeping up with what we have out there.
Right.
In fact, I think they're doing extremely well with it. If you're out there, it's neat, it's clean, it's orderly. Yeah. We're going to have to spend some money on cleaning up the building. It's got soot in it from 20 years ago that's never been dusted off the walls, and we're probably going to put a small office in out there that we'll probably build ourselves because we're getting more business.